The moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon. You know what I mean?
I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm going to become a rat bastard. And I'm going to have my girl tell on my mans and them.
We'll just let it be told when the story gets told. Yeah, and I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing.
50 Cent just got caught trying to take Big Meech down again. Rick Ross just exposed the real reason behind 50's attacks. And it's not just beef. It's a calculated move to bury Meech for good. The lies, the manipulation, and the agenda 50 has been pushing will make you sick. At one point, 50 Cent and Big Meech were actually cool. Yeah, you heard that right before all this madness. 50 and Meech had mutual respect. In fact, after Big Meech was released from prison, 50 was right there visiting him, showing support, and keeping their bond strong. It made sense. 50 had built his BMF TV series on Meech's legacy, giving his story an even bigger platform. The show, which premiered in 2021, reignited hip-hop culture. Even further, Meech was sentenced to 30 years back in 2008. After being convicted of multiple charges including criminal conspiracy and money laundering for his role in the Black Mafia family empire. Fast forward to October 15, 2024, after serving the bulk of his sentence, he was granted early release from a Florida prison and moved to a halfway house where he'll finish the remainder of his reduced sentence. His official release date January 27, 2026. Until then, he'll be under supervised release. But that's clearly not stopping him from making his presence felt. But getting out was still a big deal, and 50 was there for him until he wasn't. The moment Big Meech decided to team up with him.
It's the biggest boss, Ricky Rose. The time has come. Meech on February 13th. Get your tickets right now. It's going down. We know Florida gonna be there. Miami gonna be there. The legend himself gonna be in the building.
And let's be real, after nearly 2 decades behind bars, it's only right that the Black Mafia family boss steps back into the spotlight with a proper homecoming, where Rick Ross will finally get to perform BMF in front of the man who literally inspired the song. But Ross isn't the only one hitting the stage. This lineup is stacked with some of the biggest names in rap. We're talking Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Sexy Red Kodak, Black 42, Doug Estage, Moneybagg, Yo Boss Man, Low, and more. But there was one man left out, and 50 did not take that lightly. If you know 50, you know he expects absolute loyalty. The man has spent decades beefing with Rick Ross, and suddenly Meech is standing next to his...
Ross and 50, they've had a long-standing beef for years. And I think this Rick Ross beef is the one beef that 50 will never let go of.
Back in the late 2000s, their feud started over something so petty, it's almost comical. 50 allegedly looked at Ross funny at an award show. That's all it took for things to go nuclear from there. 50 started coming for Ross's credibility, exposing his past as a correctional officer, and painting him as a fraud. He even went as far as leaking an explicit tape of Ross's baby mama just to humiliate him. The beef was ruthless and relentless, and to this day, neither one has let it go. So when Big Meech announced his show with Rick Ross, 50 took it as the ultimate betrayal. It wasn't just about business, it was about loyalty. And instead of just letting it slide, 50 did what 50 does best. He went to...
Hey, say what you want about 50 Cent, but I swear this man's pettiness is uncanny. Like this, I feel is everybody's ultimate.
The moment the Welcome Home concert was announced, 50 Cent wasted zero time clapping back. He hopped on Instagram with a post featuring a giant rat with the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech." That wasn't even the worst part in the caption. 50 made it clear that Meech made the biggest mistake by distancing himself from one key person, Tammy Cowens. If you're asking who trust, you're not alone. Tammy was Meech's assistant and business partner back in the day. But plot twist, she allegedly flipped and became an FBI informant. According to former BMF member Blue Da Vinci, NCH even put Tammy in charge of BMF Entertainment while he was locked up in 08. But by 2009, she allegedly started working with the feds. Blue suggested that if Tammy flipped, then Meech might have done the same to get his sentence reduced. And if there's one thing 50 loves, it's a good old snitch accusation. But here's where it gets interesting. Tammy Cowens had been working with 50 Cent for years. She even hit him up now with a message for Meech.
I agree. It's unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
It really is, but I agree. So, we'll just let it be told when the story gets told.
Yeah,
and I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing, right?
That's it. That's all it is.
If working with Tammy made Meech a snitch, then what does that make? 50 people were quick to call out 50's hypocrisy, pointing out that he had been cozy with Tammy when it benefited him if he was cool with her back. Then why was he suddenly mad about her connection to Meech now? And Meech was not about to let 50 drag him like that without clapping back. The very next day, he hit Instagram with a post of him and 50, but with a big rat sticker covering 50's face, an internet gangster stamped over his body. The message was loud and clear he wasn't having it. And just in case that wasn't enough, Rick Ross, who never misses an opportunity to troll 50, jumped into the mess, laughing at how pressed 50
Took a picture with Rick Ross. You like put your back against the wall and just slide down.
But if you thought 50 was going to take the L and move on, you don't know this man at all. The same day, he doubled down, posting yet another Instagram shot, this time clowning Meech's response. He referenced Big Screech, aka his new nickname for Meech, implying he's a rat, and claimed that the text messages flying around were crazy. Then he drops another one, this time a viral video of some random man talking about snitching, but with Me's face slapped on.
Get paid to snitch now, classified. I can't even really talk about this.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you because you're my boy. But don't, you see what I did to Roger. You seen what I did to Roger.
He had 40 years?
40 years. You don't want to sign that plea? 40 years.
The caption was he had Tammy Cowan doing all his dirty work. Her new Utah, I'll break it down, Screech directed her and connected her to people to get his time cut. Basically, 50 keeps pushing the narrative that Meech was orchestrating moves behind the scenes to shorten his sentence. But he didn't stop there. He also went after Meech's son Lil Meech, accusing him of being ungrateful and turning on him. Even Lil Meech was caught in the crossfire. 50 turned on him too, threatening to kick him off the BMF show and embarrass him in public. And the worst part, Lil Meech had always been loyal to 50. Lil Meech clearly wanted no part of the war. And at one point, he actually tried to squash the beef, even reaching out to 50 over when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this man. You act as if him your enemy. Love only showed you love and loyalty in human. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you. He even admitted, Ross, that he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season. But 50 wasn't having it. He took those private messages and leaked them all over Instagram, writing what next season Little Ninja. He made it very, very clear that his Star Series BMF was officially a WAP. If Meech thought he could smooth things over, 50 shut that down immediately. And then things got even messier. In his latest attack, 50 decided to take things real personal by posting a video montage of Lil Meech and Rick Ross's, claiming they used to date now. Was there a reason 50 needed to bring this up in 2025 number? Did he do it anyway for maximum pettiness? Absolutely. But 50 wasn't just being messy for fun. He took the opportunity to roast Big Meech's parenting skills while he was at it. He wrote why old boy didn't look out for Mimi and send him to acting school. Big Screech, all your people that was out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the black Pablo Escobar and effed him up. Then he flexed about how much money he has supposedly made for the Fenner family, specifically through his BMF TV series on Stars, according to him. While Meech was locked up, he was out here securing the bag for the fam. I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault. It's all gone. You think people don't see you want to shine so bad, you wearing the baby's jewelry. _ Give the baby back his jewelry. 50 Cent is not letting up on Big Meech, keeping the pressure on, and doubling down on the snitching allegations, even after Meech publicly denied ever folding under pressure. So Meech was not about to let that narrative slide. In a video response, he made it clear.
I wasn't going to address this, because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
But 50 was not buying it. Instead of letting it slide, he hopped on Instagram and ripped Meech apart.
I'm trying to let nobody trick me off the street.
You trick Cuff off the street.
I never folded, never told.
You
never
told
will.
Tammy to tell.
But 50 was not buying it. Instead of letting it slide, he hopped on Instagram and ripped Meech apart.
Disappointed when little baby don't show up, when Skilla don't show up, when Vizzo don't show up, and all these don't show up.
I wasn't going to address this,
Man, this reading drops, man. Look at you reading this. Even go. You want house arrest.
And just when you thought it couldn't get pettier, 50 started clowning Mech's concert, according to Fifth. Most of these artists aren't even showing up.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family. Come out to the Amaran Arena.
And in case anyone still had doubts, 50 drove the point home in his caption. If the artist on the bill don't show up, are you going to want a refund? Big Screech is not even going to be there. He can't go out after 6 o'clock. But don't take my word for it. Go ahead, knock yourself out then, because he always has to get the last laugh. 50 followed up with a skit mocking me and making it look like he was reading off cue cards during his video.
I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
He even wrote, LOL, this is crazy, my stomach hurt. I just need a little help to get out the way now. What does all this mean for BMF the show? That's the real question. The 4th season is expected to drop on Stars this spring. But with 50 threatening to fire Lil Meech, who literally plays his father in the series, it's unclear what's about to go down. And let's be real, 50 is petty enough to make good on that threat. But 50 is not the only one stirring the pot. Rick Ross couldn't resist jumping in the drama. And now he's talking about making his own version of the BMF story.
Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, it's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking, When you talking to a major player such as myself, listen, when you talking to a major player such as myself, the moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon.
And not just any movie, Ross says he's calling in major Hollywood hitters.
And shout out to Big Meech. Welcome home. Quit playing with dude. Quit playing with dude. You know, I'm gonna say that much. Over and out. I catch y'all when I catch y'all. Y'all know what it is, bro. Hey, I ain't been on here in a long time. I'm finna let them see what the...
The fallout from this beef has been wild. Even Young Buck, one of 50's former Gunnet members, publicly sided with Big Meech.
Real talk, Lil Meech should have known what he was getting into. And 50 Cent's Marquise Jackson is letting him...
But 50 reacted to Buck, defending Meech, saying this fool fell out with me because he liked boys. I didn't tell him to go loving on a __. He couldn't resist like that busy. At this point, fans started questioning whether 50's obsession with beef was finally catching up to him. Here's the real question. Is 50 Cent actually mad about loyalty? Or is he just trying to maintain his power over the BMF brand? Because if he's the one to talk about loyalty, his son has something else to say.
Thought you were special. You really thought you were special? Who told you you were special?
50 Cent's estranged son, Maris Jackson, wasted no time clowning Lil Meech after finding out 50 cut him off for linking up with Rick Ross.